Alright, buckle up for the Rings of Power because it's about to drop! But before we dive into the epicness, let's take a moment to get to know the elves a little better. You know, those pointy-eared, graceful, and ancient beings who make everyone else look like they're still figuring out fire. They're basically the original influencers, always slaying with wisdom and style, even when the world is at its darkest moment. The Eldar, the High Elves. The Eldar, or the High Elves, are an ancient and noble race. They are those elves who heeded the summons of the Valar to journey to Valinor, the Undying Lands, basically the VIP section. Among the Eldar, there are three main groups: the Vanyar, the Noldor, and the Teleri. Vanyar, the Fair Folk. The Vanyar are the first and smallest of the three clans of the Eldar. They are known as the Fair Folk, primarily due to their radiant beauty, golden hair, and love of peace. Their king, Ingwe, is considered the High King of all the elves, a title he holds in reverence rather than power. Noldor, the Wise Folk. The Noldor, or the Wise Folk, are the most renowned among the Eldar for their skills in craftsmanship, magic, and knowledge. They are basically the Steve Jobs of elves, who can create the internet if they want. Ever heard of the Silmarils? Yeah, those bling jewels that caused all sorts of drama? That's the Noldor's handiwork. The House of Finwë is the royal house of the Noldor, from which several high kings descended. Finwë has 3 sons and 2 daughters: Findis, Irim, Fingolfin, Finarfin, and Fëanor. Finwë, the first high king of the Noldor, leads his people from Middle-earth to Valinor. Fëanor is the eldest and most beloved son of Finwë and succeeded him to the kingship of the Noldor. He is renowned for his unparalleled skill in crafting, particularly for creating the Silmarils, 3 perfect jewels that captured the light of the 2 trees of Valinor. Fingolfin is the first high king of the Noldor and Beleriand. He's the strongest and bravest of Finwë's 3 sons. Finarfin is said to be the fairest and wisest. He is regarded as one of the most powerful elves in all of Arda. Teleri, the Sea Folk. The Teleri are the third and largest clan of the Eldar, often associated with the sea and water. They are known as the Sea Folk due to their deep love for the ocean, along with their skills in shipbuilding and navigation. The Teleri are the last to arrive in Valinor. Those who journey to Valinor settle on the island of Tol Eressëa and in the coastal city of Alquilanda, where they build beautiful swan-shaped ships. House of Elwë, Thingol. A notable branch of the Teleri is the House of Elvë, also known as Thingol. Elwë is one of the 2 original leaders of the Teleri, but is separated from his people when he falls in love with Melian, a Maya. Together, they establish the kingdom of Doriath in Middle-earth, and Elwë becomes known as Thingol, the king of Menegroth. He becomes the first elf king to rule a land that wasn't in the Undying Lands. The Avari Refusers. Then you got the Avari, also known as the Refusers, who were like, nah, we're good here in Middle-earth. They're divided into a bunch of different groups, but the Nandor and the Silvan Elves are the most well-known. Nandor, the Turned Back. The Nandor are a subgroup of the Teleri who initially began the journey to Valinor, but turned back before reaching the Misty Mountains. Led by Lenwë, they settled in the forests and riversides of Middle-earth, particularly along the banks of the Anduin River. They are known for their deep connection to the natural world and their skills in living off the land. Silvan Elves, Woodland Elves. The Silvan Elves, or Woodland Elves, are descendants of the Nandor who migrated further into the deep forests of Middle-earth, such as Lothlórien and Mirkwood. You know Legolas? The guy with the flawless hair and insane archery skills? Yep, he's one of them. They have the most environmentally friendly lifestyle, often building their homes in trees or other secluded areas that blend seamlessly with their surroundings. The Elven King of the Woodland Realm in Mirkwood, Thranduil, is a prominent leader among the Silvan Elves. He's known for his cautious and protective nature, as well as his love for his people and their forest home. Legolas Greenleaf. You know him, you love him, the archer extraordinaire and member of the Fellowship of the Ring. Legolas is the kind of guy who can surf downstairs on a shield while shooting orcs, all without messing up his hair. Other groups of elves in Middle-earth: Lórien Elves. The Lórien Elves, also known as the Galadrim or the Elves of the Golden Wood, are a group of Silvan Elves who live in Lothlórien, the Golden Forest of Middle-earth. They are ruled by Lord Celeborn and Lady Galadriel. The Lórien Elves are known for the enchanting power of their realm, which is preserved by the magic of Galadriel and the presence of the Elven Rings. Galadriel, one of the greatest elves of Middle-earth, Galadriel is a Noldoran princess who marries Celeborn and becomes the Lady of Lothlórien. Known for her ethereal beauty, wisdom, and power, she plays a pivotal role in the events of the Third Age, particularly in aiding the Fellowship of the Ring. Celeborn, the Lord of Lothlórien and husband to Galadriel, Celeborn is a wise and noble leader who guides his people with a gentle yet firm hand. Together, they make one of the most iconic power couples in Middle-earth. Sindar, the Grey Elves. The Sindar, or Grey Elves, are those of the Teleri who remained in Beleriand under the leadership of King of Doriath. After being separated from their kin on the journey to Valinor, the Sindar were heavily influenced by Melian the Maya, Thingol's wife. The Sindar are known for their rich culture, beautiful language, Sindarin, and their craftsmanship, particularly in weaving and jewelry. Elves of Rivendell. Finally, we have the Elves of Rivendell, who are like the ultimate Airbnb hosts. They are a group of elves who reside in the hidden valley of Rivendell, located in the western part of Middle-earth. Elrond is the Lord of Rivendell. He is known for his wisdom, knowledge of lore, and healing abilities. He plays a crucial role in the events of both The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, hosting the Council of Elrond, where the decision to destroy the One Ring is made. Arwen Undomiel is the daughter of Elrond and Celebrian, making her a half-elven like her father. She is considered one of the most beautiful elves of her time, reflecting the light of the stars and the twilight of the elves in Middle-earth. She chooses love over immortality for that sweet, sweet happily ever after with Aragorn. Her decision is a reminder that even in a world full of epic battles, love is still the greatest adventure.